This call is from a person currently in a prison in England. All calls are logged and recorded and may be listened to by a member of prison staff. If you do not wish to accept this call, please hang up now.
The 1st of January 2025, HMP Thameside, Bravo Wing. I wake to banging, tremendous. It is now surely New Year's Day. This is around, obviously, 12 o'clock at night. The tremors were heard and felt as I got to my feet, from banging of feet on the floor, doors rattling, the capital city bombarding the sky. I can hear it for miles. I didn't have to put my ear to the ground to get high off the people, as Chairman Fred Hampton did when they were caged in their prison. I heard a remarkable beat with whistling, shit. Even the screws were joining in vocals, ecstatic. When I woke in the morning, I was still sick with a cold. I simply will not get better in these conditions. It's too cold and it's too dirty. I need toilet cleaner with a toilet brush, as well as a mattress that's not paper thin, for example. Any warmth that comes from the radiator rises and goes right out the window. For social, this isn't less than an hour at 11 a.m. I cleaned my pad the best I could. The cleaner who popped his head in observed just how much extra crap was left on the floor after they go over after I'd brushed it up. They also said that I have CMS system on my TV, but we couldn't get it on. They think it's because my phone line needs fitting. Of course, it was still hanging out the wall. I also got a screw to turn on the electronics in my cell, such as plug sockets, shortly before I got to cleaning. Yeah, so it was New Year's Day, and I didn't even have electricity in my cell. So I was gutted because I wanted to obviously watch the news and watch the fireworks. I got dinner, which was a hot meal around 12:30 p.m. It was dry roast potatoes, chicken and gravy with an orange sorbet pot. I ate half of it or less as my migraine grew in pain. I tried to sleep it off in time for exercise, where I'd be able to ask for paracetamol. After exercise and everybody got banged up, I got taken off the wing to go to the pharmacy. I'm serious when I say that if you didn't have a headache before visiting the pharmacy, you certainly would after it. I swear. Queuing up in pain. Eventually, the nurses took the prisoner ID cards off the person in front of me, as well as mine, to work through us 2 at a time. Their shouting at other prisoners the whole time had exacerbated my head pain, causing me to hold my head so that it didn't split on the spot. When in their box-sized waiting room, I thought to preempt an anomaly that they'd encounter, being that I'm not prescribed any medication like the others who were queuing up, just that I simply need 2 paracetamol. When I told them this through the blue bars, they lost it, shouting, "Right, officer, officer," one at a time to get us out. They were saying, "Get them out, get them out." So we literally made one step backwards to be out of their box room, behind the yellow tape on the floor, while they shouted, one at a time, over and over and over again. They lost it. All I said was, I'm not on the medication list. I just need 2 paracetamol for the headache. He flipped the lid. Well, it was them who were shouting 2 at a time when I first queued up, and who were taking 2 ID cards at a time. About 5 minutes later, he gave me my card back shouting, "No painkillers." I was not having that. I had a migraine that they had made worse, and the screw told me, "Don't worry, you'll get it," after I was pushed back from the queue after queuing up again, being told that they're not giving painkillers out. I was obviously frustrated and concerned with how bad my head pain was, that I wasn't going to get any form of treatment. But yeah, as I say, the officer, not the so-called nurses, told me, "Don't worry, you'll get it." He must have seen them flip the lid like this and lose it a few times in the past. 10 minutes later, I gave my card back to them and told them what I told them before, that I don't have any medication, I just need 2 painkillers. They told me, I said I just need 2 paracetamol, and they told me paracetamol doesn't work on headaches. Both of them. I was like, obviously, of course it does. I was like, paracetamol is literally a painkiller. It even says on the box for the paracetamol, treats headaches. What are you talking about? But I mean, eventually I got them. So I went back to my cell after taking them, somewhat relieved, although frustrated. I had a tuna mayo bun for tea, struggling through the pain. Then I tried to stay conscious for my Star Trek bonanza, as it was the only good thing of my day. I was still in pain when Deep Space Nine came on, though I was really tired. Before I knew it, I was watching Star Trek Voyager. This is like 10-15 minutes into Deep Space Nine. I'd never drifted asleep so unconsciously like that in memory. I was genuinely surprised and gutted for what I missed when I woke up, wondering where the time went. After Voyager, I fell asleep for just over an hour without a headache when I woke up. So I watched a Mission Impossible film, then read the Quran to salvage something out of my day while eating some extra calories. Around 3 to 4 a.m., somebody woke the whole wing up, banging on their door loudly for literally hours. And like when they bang, it literally shakes the walls of like the wing, and the sound travels down everywhere. Others were shouting, "Stop fucking banging, stop banging." Telling them to shut up, but it was pointless. So there was little sleep for everybody that night, and I really hope that this isn't regular. I began to wonder if the screw who told me when I asked about what B-Wing is like before moving, they told me it was disciplined and it doesn't tolerate banging. But then I recalled the fight within 30 minutes when I got on the wing and thought, is that discipline? And doesn't tolerate banging? After the night of banging, I wasn't sure whether they were being sarcastic with me or not.
Thank you for tuning in to Diary of a Political Prisoner. What was a short list for you was a period of time in prison for me. So please make sure that you subscribe on whatever podcast player you're listening on to be notified of future episodes. Each episode was recorded in a prison cell, as I'm held on remand for allegedly being involved in a Palestine action to disrupt and destroy weapons in a genocidal Israeli arms factory under Section 5 of the Terrorism Act. My diary is a podcast only to give you something in the hope that you can give help and support to my mum and son, which I can't do by any other means from prison. In supporting them, for £5 a month, you can get a week's worth of episodes in advance every Monday. For £10 a month, you'll get the week's worth of episodes. Plus, I'll respond to any question you have in a monthly question and answer episode on my Patreon at patreon.com/politicalprisonerpod. For £25 a month, our humanitarian aid tier, you get all of the above while knowing my little boy is supported and happy. One-time donations can be made by emailing or messaging my producer on social media. Media/collaboration inquiries are on the same line, the senders and inbox. If you can't support me family in my absence, please follow the podcast on Instagram if you're going to be listening. Please follow on Twitter, all of our socials. Our handle is Diary Poll Prisoner. Please share them and this podcast with your friends. It's free to do and it helps this project grow. You can also send me a prisoner email or letters, drawings, anything like that. Links to everything mentioned can be found in the podcast description below. Thank you, love and solidarity.